Hi everyone, welcome back to Missless IBG. Today I want to talk about something that stops so many of us from moving forward. Overthinking. You know that feeling, right? When you sit and plan and plan and plan, but in the end, nothing happens. Except regret. If you have ever felt stuck because you're waiting for the right time or the perfect plan, this video is for you. I wish I had started earlier. I think this thought has popped into many people's heads for about 1,000 different things. For years, there were things I wanted to start, but I ended up doing nothing. Or I started only after many years, once I finally had the confidence and courage to do so. Take this channel as an example. As early as 2014, I already wanted to start a YouTube channel. But every time I thought about it, my brain gave me 1,000 reasons for not doing it. Like, I'm just an ordinary teacher. Who would even want to watch me? There are already so many other YouTube channels out there talking about the things that I want to share. Why I should start? Or what if I embarrass myself in front of so many people? Or what if people judge me? And of course, the biggest excuse is I'm too busy, I have 2 kids, a business, and a million responsibilities. I don't have time for this. So, I did what most overthinkers do. Nothing. Overthinking feels like being productive, yeah? Like you're sitting, planning, analyzing, researching, making sure everything is perfect. But in reality, you're just sitting in the same spot, going in circles. Thinking, of course, is important, but thinking without action is just self-sabotage, I would say. Well, I used to plan for months before taking any actions, thinking I had to get every detail right and ready. But when I finally did, I realized most of my worries never even happened. I thought I needed to be ready, but the truth is, action creates readiness, not the other way around. So, what are the common fears that holds us back? Well, this one is big for me. I think taking the YouTube channel again as an example, I think about like, what if people laugh at me? What if my videos are terrible? Or what if nobody watches my videos like that? And then you know what? I realized nobody actually cares as much as I thought. I repeat, nobody actually cares. Well, the fact is everyone is too busy with their own lives and to sit there and judge me. And even if they do, so what? Do I want to live my life based on what they might think? Our brains love to predict disasters, right? The brain tells us like, you will fail, people will judge you, it's not the right time, you're not good enough, etc. But in reality, most of these fears never happened or didn't happen as the way you imagined. Overthinking is just a trick our brain plays to keep us safe. But safety doesn't lead to growth. It just keeps us stuck. I once thought, if my video doesn't perform well, I feel like a failure. But guess what? When it actually happened, I just moved on and tried to make a better one. The fact is, the worst case scenario in my head was way worse than reality. Another thing I want to talk about is the someday lie. Be honest, how many times have you said this to yourself? I will start when I have more time. I'll do this later. I'll get it done tomorrow. I will do it whenever I feel ready. At the end, that someday rarely comes. Because the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The only way to make it happen is to start now. So one day I finally said, screw it. Let me just try. Stop thinking. Just do it. So that's how I started the channel. Yeah, it was quite hideous when looking back at my first video with all the background setting, the camera, that sort of things. But that was like a reminder for myself to keep improving and keep doing better. Even right now, I'm still far from perfect, but so what? Life is just like that. You keep improving and learning through the whole process. And when the time you look back, you won't regret. Because the experience and whatever things you have learned, that's unforgettable and precious. So, anyways, started the first video, and you know what? I didn't die. The world didn't end. And in fact, I actually started enjoying it, seeing myself to keep improving, challenging my limits, not giving up, and of course, giving supports to people who are watching, just like you. That's what truly keeps me going. So, how do we stop overthinking? Here are the 3 things that worked for me. The first one is the 1-hour rule. The hardest part of any task is starting. So instead of overthinking, I would tell myself, like, just do it for an hour and see. Just relax, no pressure. And 9 times out of 10, that 1 hour turns into real progress. Also, if something is 70% ready, I will launch it. That's the 70% rule. I'll keep telling myself that I can adjust and improve later. Because waiting for perfection means waiting forever. There's no perfect thing, perfect time in this world. Also, whenever I start overthinking, I relied on data, not on my feelings. Like, I would remind myself what is real and what is just my imagination. For example, when I feel like, oh, nobody is watching my video sucks, then I look at the real data. Even if I have 5 views, that means there are 5 real people who watched my video. That's not nothing. That's a start. So I look back now, the only ever regret I had is I wish I had started earlier. Because regret of inaction is worse than regret of failure. But I'm glad that I finally did. I started this channel. Because if you try and fail, you know what? At least you learned something. But if you do nothing, you just live with the what if forever. So, if you have been overthinking something, let's say starting a YouTube channel, launching a business, making a life change, this is your sign. Start messy, start imperfect, just start. So tell me, what's the one thing that you have been overthinking but will take action on today? You can share with me in the comment section. If you found my video helping for your growth, you can subscribe as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next Saturday.